Hey, what's going on? I'm your boy Travis Scott, and today I'm going to show you how to make protein pancakes from scratch and with the quality of ingredients I use. I'm going to go over it exactly. So what we're going to use today, we're trying to aim for a 40-gram protein pancake from scratch, okay? And I'm going to show you everything I use and show you how I put and construct everything together and why I do it this way. Okay, I use vegan protein. You can use several different kinds of protein. This is actually Sprouts brand. I'm not endorsed in it by any means, but it's just, this is what I'm using today. I use several different kinds of protein. I try them all. I try to pick the cleanest protein. But anyways, this one's strawberry protein mix. I'm going to throw 1 scoop, and this is how I start all. I cook this. This is my dinner. This is what I'm having for dinner tonight. I decided to, so 1 scoop of that, boom, in the bowl it goes. And I also put a half a cup of flour. Now I only use one kind of flour, and because I do a lot of baking, I make my own bread and whatnot, and I use King Arthur. I use bread flour. You know, some people say, why don't you use all-purpose? I do, but for this video, this is how I make my pancakes, and I'll explain why. Okay, so I use a half a cup of flour. So I'm throwing this in a bowl, and I'll show you how I mix it all up. So half a cup of flour. Next thing I need, this is very vital, is baking soda. I usually use 1 teaspoon. In it goes, okay? Now, the next thing I use is, usually I like organic brown eggs. So I'm going to add oh no, before I add the brown egg, I've got the protein in there, I've got the flour, I got the baking soda, I give it a little spin, I mix all the dry ingredients. Okay, next, once I've thrown that in, so I hope I didn't lose you, 1 scoop of protein, flour, you know, I keep my flour in a container, but I use King Arthur bread flour, and I use a half a cup, and this is going to make 1 big pancake. Then I use 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 egg. I mix all the dry ingredients, then I use 1 egg. Okay, so I got 1 egg in there. Then the water, I never ever measure water. We're going to go to the next step. I'm going to show you how I mix the water in and all the ingredients and how the consistency you get it, okay? So we're moving on to the next. I've got everything mixed in, almost. I got the egg in there. Now I put the water in. The water, like I said, I never measure. I put a little bit in at a time. Now the water, I always make sure it's cold water. You'll see why a little bit later. It just makes love to it. So I mix that in, and see, like, you don't need to buy pre-mixed pancakes because it's really so simple to make. You know, because if you look at the stuff in the grocery store, it literally has like a lot of ingredients. Like, to be honest, I don't want soy in my pancakes. Soy causes so many medical problems, you know, and it creates it can create some thyroid problems, so I don't touch soy at all. And so I mix this all together. I want it lumpy, and I'll kind of show you. I want it really lumpy. I want it to where, if you can see that consistency, that's where I want it. Yeah, the next thing I put in is blueberries. I do blueberries every single day. And blueberries have potassium, magnesium, loaded with vitamin C. Because how I look at when I make my food, I want every meal to benefit me. So, and I usually throw, and here's another important part. I put them in frozen, and I'll explain why. So I throw that in. I usually do half a cup of blueberries because I'm just making one big pancake. Now I mix it in, and as you see, it's really still lumpy. And so let's go to the next step. I'll show you how I cook it up and how long I cook it for. All right. So let's move to the next step. Okay, now the next step. I put it on, I have a pan, I get it really hot, and I put some oil. Now, I don't use spray oil. Spray oil is toxic. You don't want to use that crap. I only use one oil whatsoever. Extra virgin olive oil. That, cold press, that is the only oil I ever use out of all the oils. That's the only one. So I throw that in. I've already coated the pan. I've got it nice and really hot. Okay. So now, like I said, see the batter? It's really thick. Now why I put in frozen blueberries is because the water releases as the pancake cooks and it thins it out a little bit. And oh, it just makes it so tender. I've been cooking for over 20 years. Like, I went to culinary art school, but I never pursued it as a career. But these are going to be really super yummy. Another thing is, when I'm cooking, I'm looking at my food as medicine. Like, every meal I eat is, you know, all this has a lot of antioxidants, and that build up a good immune system. Okay, so the next thing I do, I throw in some like I said, I treat a lot of the food I eat and put in my body, I treat it as medicine. I use cinnamon, not a lot. I just dust the top of the pancake. You taste it very vaguely. It's not like super intense. I don't measure. I toss a little on there. It's medicine. It helps your bad cholesterol, helps your heart. Everything I eat has health benefits. Okay. Now, I do take this in the evening time because for me, I like a lot of carbs in the evening time because then I tend to sleep a good solid 7-8 hours. So for me, that's just me. But anyway, so we're going to come back on this video. When the pancakes gets close to flipping, I'll show you. It takes a couple minutes. I don't want to record for a couple minutes, so I'll stop the recording when it gets close. I'll show you the next step. All right. Okay, the next step is we gotta flip the pancake. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see on camera too well, there's lots of bubbles. All right. So I don't always get the most accomplished flip, but usually I get it pretty, no problem. See, just like that, bam. And doesn't that look so super yummy? Oh my goodness. Now from here, I just time it about, I just hit on the microwave, like, or my phone, 2.5 minutes on high, start. Okay, and I'm going to stop it now, but as soon as it's done, we're going to come back and we're going to cut it open and we're going to see the yummy gooey, that just the inside, how fluffy it is and how delicious it is. And okay, now here is the finished product. I'm getting ready to take it off. So here's the pancake that I just made. Whew. Now this is how I prepare it. You know, I don't count calories ever. I don't even worry about that. I just worry about my sugar intake. So I throw a little butter on there. I got it. I mean, if I'm gonna have a pancake, I gotta have a little butter, right? This is my dinner, right? I eat this a lot. I usually eat pancakes more for dinner than breakfast, but anyways, then once I get that on there, I take all organic raw honey. I mean, that's what I use if I have a sweet tooth. It's raw honey all the way. I don't use granular sugar or maple syrup or anything like that. And I just drizzle just a little. I don't put it really heavy. And with everything that's in this pancake, I've got about 35 grams of protein. This one pancake will fill me up. And, you know, plus I'm putting the raw honey. It's great for antioxidants. But I eat this almost every single day. But sometimes I change it up. Sometimes I put bananas in there and then put a few walnuts. But I still dust it with cinnamon. Cinnamon goes in a lot of my food because it's great for your bad cholesterol. And it's great for your heart. It has a lot of antioxidants. It can help your blood levels, blood insulin levels. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. Oh, before we go, I need to cut into this to show you the thickness. Yeah. Oh. Oh my God. I've been cooking these for a very long time. And when you do this, make your pancakes from scratch, oh, you save so much money because I can buy a big bag of, and I only use King Arthur flour. That's the only flour I use, period. It's the bomb. But it's the hard red enzyme. It's just like the stuff of the real expensive brands. I won't drop names. Just like the real expensive name brands, you do it this way, you will save tons of money versus buying the little boxes for like $6, $7, $8. But I hope you enjoyed. Definitely like, subscribe, comment if you got something out of this or you tried the pancakes. If you like them or you didn't, drop some comments. I'd definitely like to hear what you have to say. But these are really good. I love making these style of pancakes. Till next time.